There was a sun and a moon who told each other tales of what happened in the forests of Earth. The sun told about what he'd see during the day, and the moon told him about everything she saw at night. One day the sun said,
"Moon, this is the story of the 3 little piglets that decided to go and live in the woods and build one house for each one of them. And so they went off one morning, happy and determined to make their dream come true."
Oh, son, I know them. The youngest is the chubby one, playful and lazy. The one that follows is all about parties, a romantic and adventurous one. And the eldest is the mature one. He's quiet and dedicated to his labor.
Look, Moon, the young one built a straw house and, of course, finished before his brothers. So he sat down to rest. The second one built it of wood, and though it took him some more time, he finished sooner than the eldest. So he went dancing and mocking his older brother, who was building a very solid and beautiful house made of shiny bricks. "You are too slow, elder brother. Enough working. Hey, bro, come and have fun with us,"
said the middle one.
"Middle one, there will be time for fun. Now it's time to work and build a house that lasts forever,"
replied the elder.
"While you work, we rest and we enjoy life,"
said the younger one.
"A house is a house,"
exclaimed the middle one.
"It doesn't matter what it is made of."
"Well, you'll see how my house resists rain, wind, fire, and even earthquakes,"
proudly answered the elder.
And the night proved the elder right,
said the moon.
"Really?"
asked the sun, really surprised.
"What happened next?"
Well, that night, the 3 piglets went to sleep very tired. The youngest from playing, the middle one from dancing, and the elder from working very hard. When I gazed from among the trees,
"The wolf! Of course! He goes hunting at night!"
exclaimed the sun.
"Don't interrupt me! If you already know the story, I'll stop telling it,"
replied the moon.
No! Go ahead, I really want to know."
Might as well be your silliness. Well, pay close attention to what happened.
Hunger has woken me up.
And these woods smell like sweet, sour pig.
Wait, is it true what I see? The 3 little piglets, and they feel so safe in their little houses. We'll see about that."
The wolf approached the little straw house and yelled at the youngest piglet.
"Little piglet, you better open right away or I'll bring this house down with a tiny blow."
"You arrogant wolf, let's see if you can,"
said the younger one.
I will blow. Your house I will destroy. Every part I shall tear. A storm I will create. My fury will awake. It will break, make no mistake. It will break, make no mistake. I will devour you so slowly, piece by piece, it's a delight. And I will clean my teeth with your siblings, what a treat. And if I'm not satisfied and it's time for my dessert, I will prepare my favorite frozen piglet candy. I will blow, I will blow, I will blow. Your house I will destroy. Every part I shall tear. A storm I will create. My fury will awake. It will break, make no mistake. It will break, make no mistake. I will blow, I will blow, I will blow, I will blow, I will blow. Your house I will destroy.
And the wolf blew and blew, and the house went down. The little pig ran desperately to his middle brother's wooden house. But the wolf also arrived and threatened again.
Young and middle one, come out at once, or I shall blow down this wooden house with half a blow.
Let's see if you can, you lousy wolf,
said the middle one.
The wolf blew, but the house didn't even shake a bit.
Well, let it be a powerful blow then.
You arrogant wolf!
Lousy wolf!
Both the younger and the middle brother.
You'll see, a blow and a half will do it.
The house shook and trembled until it finally collapsed.
But the little piglets, tell me, Moon, did the wolf eat them?
Asked the son.
Well, the wolf almost ate them, but the piglets ran and barely managed to get into the eldest brother brick house.
And what happened next, Moon?
The wolf charged again,
Replied the worried Moon.
The three of you come out, or I'll bring down the house by half a... one full blow.
Ha ha ha, you stubborn wolf. You wouldn't dare.
The eldest yelled.
Well, let them be 2, or 3, or 4.
Three little working piglets finish all their houses. The small boys drop a needle with the eldest work with breeze. What they found is what they used to know and what they knew. What you want is what you get, should always try your best. There is always danger, the wolf wants to open more. But his blow was good enough, he'll never get the moon. The smallest piglet always tried to build up all his home. He didn't know with half a blow his house will really fall. The middle piglet built with wood, he thinks he's so secure. He didn't know the wolf will come and blow away his home. And the wolf might deplore the two house made from bricks and wood, with a chimney and a kitchen. It was like a fortress. All the piglets were so scared they hide behind the window, waiting for the big bad wolf who was very close. And the wolf went to blow. There was not enough to destroy. So many times he blew, he did not scratch it at all. And he blew so hard, he even fainted for a while. But the wolf so stubborn, blow, blow all night long, blow, blow all night long.
Just imagine this, son. The wolf blew so many times he almost passed out. And as he spent the night blowing and blowing.
Moon, what happened next?
Oh, dear son, I can't tell you the rest of the story. Dawn is almost here, and I must leave now.
You are right. What am I doing here? The land is dark, and it's time for me to rise.
Exclaimed the sun. And he missed the rest of the story because the moon had to leave. But this is what happened. The wolf almost fainted, blowing and blowing. Then he tried sneaking through the chimney into the brick house. Meanwhile, the pigs had figured out his intentions, so they prepared and installed a big water pot over the fire, so when the wolf managed to get in, he fell in the boiling water and burnt his hairy tail. Even his powerful blow could not ease the burn.
Arrogant wolf.
Now see
You stubborn wolf.
Laughed the three little piglets who decided to live in the brick house, embracing the great example of their elder, hard-working brother who built a really wonderful, long-lasting house.
This is the story. Three little piglets. They were so happy and always hungry. They started building with their own bases to be the owners of their own places. The smallest piglet was always lazy. Up front a straw house he built his crazy. The middle piglet who loved to party
of the story. Let the materials be the finest, and your ideals the greatest. Not time, but your commitment matters most to fulfill your dreams. Once upon a time, there was an old carpenter called Geppetto who manufactured wooden toys and dolls. While he imagined he produced them for the son that he always wanted but never had. As he painted the brilliant eyes and beautiful smile of a new puppet, he fell asleep, dreaming that its face was in fact his son's face, and he named him Pinocchio.
A boy. A real boy. How happy would I be, oh, with a son of flesh and bone.
Oh, poor Geppetto.
Said Pepe Cricket, a little cricket, as he watched him sleep.
If only his wish came true.
Suddenly, the blue fairy, the wish-granting fairy, showed up and, staring at the wooden puppet, sang this magic song.
Little puppet, little puppet, little puppet made from lumber. Little puppet, little puppet, little puppet that I'm loving. You wish he'll be so real. A boy who can laugh and feel. Pepe Cricket will be always there to guide you. Pepe Cricket is the best friend you can ask for. Always by your side together. Always caring and so protective. I'm the fairy that's blue. I can see through, and your dreams will come true. He will have what you pursue. He will now come to life. Little puppet, remember, be good and grateful. Little puppet, you always be nice and truthful. If you go to school, behave. Your heart will be always brave. Little puppet, if you start skipping your school. Little puppet, your nose will grow, don't be fool. Ears and tail will grow. A donkey you will become. Little donkey, little puppet that I'm loving. Little donkey, little puppet that I'm loving.
The following day, Geppetto woke up amazed, looking at his adored Pinocchio, who had come to life, even though his body was still made out of wood. He sent him off to school so he could learn to read, write, and make new friends.
Goodbye, Father Geppetto.
Said Pinocchio.
I promise I will behave properly. I'll take very very good care of you.
assured Pepe Cricket, remembering the Blue Fairy's words. But on their way to school, a strange character appeared. Hi there, Pinocchio. I'm the friendly fox. Don't go to school today. Come to the puppet circus and have some fun while you make a lot of money.
Pinocchio, you promised to behave.
Reminded him Pepe Cricket.
Silence, Pepe Cricket! I will only miss school today. Tomorrow I'll keep my promise.
The circus owner was a cruel and unfair man. He locked Pinocchio in an iron cage. Pinocchio realized he had made a big mistake and cried for disobeying his father.
I won't ever see Father Geppetto again.
This is what happens when you don't keep your word.
What's going on, Pinocchio?
Asked the Blue Fairy, who suddenly appeared next to the cage.
A horrible monster tracked me on my way to school, and he locked me up in this cage.
As he lied, Pinocchio's nose started to grow longer and longer.
You're lying, Pinocchio. And your nose will remain like this as a reminder for you to never lie again. But I will give you one more chance to prove you are good, and then I'll set you free.
And the fairy vanished the cage bars with a swing of her wand.
You better stop lying, your nose will stop growing, your dreams will stop falling. Please stop with the nonsense, you and you. You cannot go on like this, that's enough. The fairies went missing, the lobsters are creepy, the sun is not shining, the moon always hiding you. And you cannot go on like this, that's enough. Oh, Pinocchio, lies destroy you. Oh, Pinocchio, lies destroy you. Oh, Pinocchio, I will show you. If you're lying, your nose will grow more and more. The boys that are brave know how to behave. No lying or pranking, those noses they're growing needle leads to misleadings. You will always end upside down, that's enough. Oh, Pinocchio, lies destroy you. Oh, Pinocchio, lies destroy you. Oh, Pinocchio, I can show you. If you're lying, your nose will grow more and more.
If Father Geppetto sees me with this nose, I will feel very ashamed. I'd rather go on many adventures and forget about school.
Pinocchio, please! You only have this opportunity left to prove you can be a good, generous, and brave kid so that you can become a real boy.
Pinocchio didn't give any importance to such advice and prepared to cross the sea to reach the island of Toyland, a place without schools where the kids who didn't want to study went. What Pinocchio didn't know is that in that island, kids turned into donkeys. As Pinocchio arrived to Toyland, he started to transform, growing big ears and a tail. Ashamed of his nose, ears, and donkey tail, Pinocchio begged for forgiveness with all of his heart, wishing that everyone that loved him wouldn't miss him.
Blue Fairy, I won't ask anything for me. I just want my father and my friend Pepe Cricket to forgive me so that they can be happy forever.
Suddenly, at the distance, Pinocchio saw Geppetto desperately following him on a raft when a gigantic whale swallowed the old man and dived into the water. Pinocchio didn't think twice. He wasn't afraid of dying, so he dived into the water to rescue his dad, but the great animal swallowed him too.
Release them! I order you!
Said the blue fairy to the whale, and the animal obeyed immediately. To everyone's surprise, when they came out of the whale's huge mouth, Pinocchio was already a boy of flesh and bone.
Whoa!
You have been good, generous, and brave. Now you know that love is the true road to happiness.
Filled with happiness, Pinocchio, Father Geppetto, and Pepe Cricket went back home singing this song.
Working and working hard, it's time to build him up. Such a lovely puppet, he looks so true and real. Geppetto was his name, a cool carpenter he was. He dreamed of having a boy who always called him dad. Pinocchio was born Pinocchio from a very special one. Pinocchio was born Pinocchio, a magic puppet, yes he was. Good fairy came, and the puppet she transformed into a caring boy, so real and full of love. He had his one true friend, Pepe Cricket he was, giving good advice, but also scolding hard sometimes. Pinocchio was born Pinocchio from a very special one. Pinocchio was born Pinocchio, he's now a boy of flesh and bone. Pinocchio was born Pinocchio from a very special one. Pinocchio was born Pinocchio, he's now a boy of flesh and bone.
Moral of the story: the kids that don't lie are loyal and brave. They always tell the truth because they are smart.
Once upon a time in spring, there was a lagoon where all the mom ducks would lay their eggs for them to soon turn into beautiful baby ducks. One of them took care of her nest, full of identical eggs, all but one, a very different and strange one.
This egg is so different,
said the mom duck loudly. The rest of the mom ducks gazed at it.
You are right,
said one of the ducks. She was so old she was the grandmother of all the ducks in the lagoon.
Not only it is bigger, its color is also different.
Oh, look, Granny! My eggs are about to hatch. I will finally become a mother.
Here comes the first one. Oh, what a beautiful duckling. Soft and yellow like you,
exclaimed Grandma Duck.
And the second one,
said Mom Duck excitedly.
And the third. Oh, look how beautiful my ducklings are.
And look at the fourth one. And the fifth one,
Grandma Duck said amazed. The flowers of the lagoon would bend their stems in order to witness a show, and you would hear them say,
5 wonderful ducklings! Congratulations, Mom Duck! Oh, thank you, but what is going on with my last egg? Why hasn't it hatched yet?
Mom Duck had to wait a couple more days, and when the egg finally hatched, what a surprise everyone had!
Oh, as he was taking so long, I thought he was going to be the most beautiful one. But my poor duckling, he's so ugly.
And the flowers, who thought of themselves so beautiful, perfumed them better than the rest, wouldn't stop criticizing, while the sibling ducks would sing. He's one lonely fellow. He's taller than a goose, and his hair looks always loose. And with such an accent, he's one ugly, lonely duckling.
Duckling away, oh, quack.
Have you heard of the ugly duckling? Ugly, ugly duckling. It makes me laugh, how could it not? Have you heard of the ugly duckling? Ugly, ugly duckling.
With those big eyes, he looked at us, quack.
Have you heard of the ugly duckling? Ugly, ugly duckling. His poor mom so scared she couldn't sleep. Have you heard of the ugly duckling? Ugly, ugly duckling. Oh, what an ugly duckling. Not only did the flowers laugh at the ugly duckling, his siblings would go swimming and leave him apart, not listening to Mom Duck's begging.
My children, please! The duckling has no fault for being the way he is.
He's not Mom.
He's just different from the rest, my children.
But Mom, he doesn't even look like a duck.
And the ducklings were right, for no one knew that the weird duckling had hatched from the egg of a swan that had fallen by mistake in Mom Duck's nest. Spring was over. Summer passed by, and with the arrival of autumn, the tree leaves started to fall. Along with the leaves, the tears of the ugly, unhappy duckling fell as well. Tired of the mocking and contempt, the ugly duckling decided to leave the lagoon. And although he didn't want to leave his mom, the only one who loved him and accepted him, he rather saved her from everyone's criticism. When Mom Duck realized the duckling was missing, she burst into tears. But the idea that far away the poor duckling would find happiness comforted her. No one knows how the ugly duckling survived winter alone, trembling and freezing, hiding from everyone, not to be ridiculized. But one day, when the weather started to improve, the duckling decided to go for a walk. Suddenly, he saw a huge crystal clear lake where he saw some magnificent birds with long, flexible necks, wide silky wings of unparalleled beauty, and he exclaimed in amazement,
I have never seen anything this beautiful. They look like angels.
Touched by the sight, he entered the waters of the lake to look at those birds closer. But what he saw was his own image's reflection in the water, more beautiful and elegant than everyone, taller and more handsome.
A swan! A swan! That's what I've always been!
He swam, spread his wings, and his happiness was complete when he heard how the other swans would call him.
Come with us, brother. It is time to meet your family.
We flowers are and so flawless. Don't judge the book by its cover. We rushed and hurt without knowing this little duck will soon flourish. So harsh, so cruel, so mean we were to him. How could we know? This little ugly duckling was in fact a beautiful swan. We're very sorry, you have to know. We didn't care and we were wrong. Life has taught us we shouldn't judge. We now regret it all. Flowers are and so flawless. Don't judge a book by its cover. We rushed and hurt without knowing this little duck will soon flourish. So harsh, so cruel, so mean we were to him. How could we know? This little ugly duckling was in fact a beautiful swan. If this noble and careful duck, so generous, one of a kind, the pain will fade, forever gone. Peace will remain for all, for us all.
The flowers, who saw him take flight, couldn't believe it and spread the news around every lake, pond, and lagoon. Great shame fell the 5 ducklings who had cast away the beautiful swan. And very happy the mom duck became when she knew her beautiful swan found his true family.
So skinny and tall, all his feathers fall, and the ugly duckling from his egg he showed, and his mom duck looked frightened and amazed. Eggs she took with her also brought her nest,
and the other ducklings opening their mouth, they shouted out loud with their duckling voices. What an ugly duckling, he's more than ugly, looks like no other. What an ugly duckling.
And they call him ugly, and they call him ugly, such an ugly duckling from the egg he hatched. And they call him ugly, and they call him ugly, such an ugly duckling, different from the others. The light from the moon shines in the lagoon, and the ugly duckling played in the water, and from the water his reflection came, white and pretty swan. That is what he was.
All dressed up in white and with no disguise, with his pretty feathers like the foamy heavens. That's the ugly duckling from the egg he hatched, such a grateful swan, he was like no other.
And they call him ugly, and they call him ugly, such an ugly duckling from the egg he hatched. And they call him ugly, and they call him ugly, such an ugly duckling, different from the others.
And remember the moral of the story. Look always inside, not the outside. You will feel better and be happy forever.
Once upon a time in Wonderland, there was a castle where the king and queen baptized their newborn baby princess with the name of Aurora. Among the guests, you'd find the 3 forest fairies: Flora, the red fairy; Fauna, the green fairy; and Spring, the blue fairy.
I grant you the gift of beauty and the flower's perfume,
Proclaimed Flora as she touched the baby's face with her wand.
I give you the goodness and the mystery of the woods,
Said Fauna as she touched her forehead.
and I give you all the love and singing of the mockingbirds,
Said Spring while she touched her heart. Suddenly, the room turned dark and cold. A thunder lit the shadows, and from a red and purple beam rose the figure of Maleficent, the evil fairy, terrorizing everyone there.
You fools! You will be punished for not inviting me!
This will be my gift for the little princess. When she turns 15,
She'll puncture her finger with a sewing needle.
and she will die.
Maleficent, Maleficent, I'm evil. I will hit you with the needle, with the needle. Always sing with hate and all my strength. My song that goes ha ha ha. Maleficent, Maleficent, I'm evil. I will hit you with the needle, with the needle. Always sing with hate and all your strength. My song that goes ha ha ha. My big great voice no one loves. I create thunder in my throat. Always melt and rejoice. With my song that goes ha ha ha. My eyes are like flaming fire. All around the screen so frightened. Everyone should be inspired. With my song that goes ha ha ha. I've always loved my own laughter. It's so refined and disastrous. I always sing with all my strength. My song that goes ha ha ha. Maleficent, Maleficent, I'm evil. I will hit you with the needle, with the needle. Always sing with hate and all my strength. My song that goes ha ha ha. Maleficent, Maleficent, I'm evil. I will hit you with the needle, with the needle. Always sing with hate and all my strength. My song that goes ha ha ha.
Having said those words, Maleficent disappeared. And, scared and sad, the kings and fairies, who couldn't break the spell, struggled to find a solution.
No, she won't die.
She'll only sleep until her true love wakes her up with a kiss.
To protect the little princess, the fairies hid her in the forest, in a small house where no one, not even her, knew she was a princess. Years went by, and Aurora's beauty, joy, and charm made Maleficent's threat be forgotten. Her 15th birthday wasn't far, and a ball was being prepared for the celebration. It was time to go back to her kingdom, and the fairies revealed the truth to her.
So, am I a princess?
Exclaimed Aurora, confused.
Yes, and today we're going to the castle.
Your parents happily await for you. Take care and don't get close to needles.
The princess arrived at the castle. And after hugging her parents, she went off to walk the long corridors. Suddenly, Aurora found an old tower, which she climbed, driven by curiosity. In one corner, there was an old sewing machine from which a threatening pointy needle stuck out. Aurora, without noticing it, punctured her finger with the evil needle. She immediately felt really sick.
What's wrong with me? Oh, I think I'm going to faint.
She ran down to her chambers, feeling really sleepy. She laid in her bed and her eyes closed as she fell deeply asleep. All the people from the kingdom went to sleep as well.
Sleepy, 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 I just want to sleep. Sleepy, 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 I just want to sleep. My eyes are heavy and I'm very weary. I can't speak, I can barely see, I'm dreaming. Maleficent has cursed me, I fade. Many years I'll sleep away. Sleepy, 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 I just want to sleep. Sleepy, 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 I just want to sleep. The kingdom slept, the people dream so deeply. Darkness came, sadness rings their minds. Can someone tell my prince I'll wait? So many years to come ahead. Sleepy, 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 I just want to sleep. Sleepy, 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 I just want to sleep. Sleepy, sleepy, I just want to sleep with a prince that will save my life. Sleepy, sleepy, I just want to sleep with a kiss. He will wake me up.
Knowing what had happened, the fairies rushed to her side.
The princess has fallen in Maleficent's trap.
She'll never wake up until she receives the kiss from her true love. There's no doubt she will sleep for a long time. We should call her Sleeping Beauty.
The legend of Sleeping Beauty reached every corner of the kingdom. Many princes tried to free Aurora from the spell. But a horrible monster, who was Maleficent herself, turned into a dragon, didn't allow them to cross the castle's gates. A 100 years passed until, in a far, far kingdom, Prince Philip was born. He was the princess's true love. From a very young age, Philip heard Sleeping Beauty's story and knew deep in his heart it would be his kiss that would finally wake her, along with the rest of the kingdom.
For the love of the princess, I would fight all the dragons in the world. One little dragon cannot frighten me.
When he was old enough, he rode his horse to the castle. With his strength and courage, he battled the dragon in a raging fight. Until he defeated the beast.
Aurora, Sleeping Beauty,
he said when he saw the princess.
Receive my kiss of true love and wake up to be my wife.
The princess woke up, and along with her, the kingdom. After seeing her prince, she fell forever in love.
She was so beautiful, always smiling, but now she sleeps 'cause the curse is done. Thou my life has in the weeds of Woolly Road. With a needle, her heart turned to stone. Here comes Flora, found in spring, and the spell they tried to break, but the rampants they all steadily were in vain, and the people from the kingdom went to sleep. Sleeping Beauty, Sleeping Beauty, it's time, so please wake up, 'cause your prince is here to save you. 100 years the enchantment lasted, all the people slept away. Full of spies, the kingdom now declines. In a dragon, the evil witch transformed. Her one and only true love came, and Maleficent he defied, and he finally defeated, he has won. All the kingdom and his princes he has won. Sleeping Beauty, Sleeping Beauty, it's time, so please wake up, 'cause the prince is here to save you.
Morale: never forget that love is true magic. It grants you strength and courage to achieve anything you desire. Once upon a time, an old, tired miller decided to split his will among his children. The eldest received the mill, the second received a mule, and the third a cat. The youngest felt disappointed and complained to his father.
With a mill and a mule, my brothers can work, not to become rich, but to cover their needs. But me, what can I do with a cat?
The problem seemed to have no solution until something amazing happened. In a corner in the poor house, the youngest son stared worried and silent at the cat while playing with some very few coins his brothers had collected to quench his despair. Suddenly, From within the cat, a profound, grave, and beautiful voice seemed to bloom.
Don't look at me that way, master. Soon you'll see I'll be your lucky cat.
What? Am I dreaming or is this cat actually talking to me?
Cried the frightened kid.
It is not a dream, master. I am talking to you because aside from being smart and beautiful, I am a very special cat that will turn you into a powerful prince. But only if you trust me and obey my orders.
The kid couldn't talk. All he could do was wave his head up and down.
With those coins, you'll go buy me a disguise so I won't look like a cat, but like your servant. And we will together go and walk in the woods wherever I lead you to. That's all you have to do.
The kid was so shocked that he obeyed and spent the few coins in the cat's outfit. But he almost cracked in laughter when the little cat insisted in buying some huge and extravagant boots that were in the store.
Are you crazy? What are you going to do with those ridiculous boots?
But the cat convinced the boy, and he bought the boots for him.
I am the Puss in the boots. I'm the best cat in the world. You won't find a better mascot. You should call me King of Kings. I am the Puss in the boots. I'm the best cat in the world. Find a better mascot. You should call me King of Kings. It is not my vanity. I'm so humble, don't you see? It's just that I'm so very wonderful. You should call me King of Kings. Look at me, I'm so clever, ingenious and so refined, so cunning and so brave, so blindly educated. Oh yeah. Never think that I'm a liar. I'm creative, I'm so great. I'm the cool guy of the story. You should call me King of Kings. You should call me King of Kings.
They crossed the woods, and in a certain place, they stood in front of a river. There, the cat asked his master to take off his clothes and to bathe himself in the fresh and cool waters. The moment the boy got in the water, the cat hid his master's clothes and ran swiftly as the wind to a beautiful castle nearby. There, an evil giant sorcerer ogre dwelled, and as soon as he saw the cat, he got ready to eat him.
Here it comes. comes my lunch. Just a very skinny cat. I will eat him for breakfast, even if he's just a bony fly. What was he thinking when coming? He must not be very cunning. Innocence must be the answer to this most dangerous action. What a sweet and delicious treat. Funny I didn't ask for him. Suddenly he came like the wind. I find it hard to believe. I don't care if he's gracious, charming and wonderful too. He has broke into my property. He will be lunch for curiosity. Here it comes, my lunch. Just a very skinny cat. I would eat him for breakfast, even if he's just a bony feline.
A little cat for lunch.
Just a minute, you frightening ogre,
said the cat.
You can go ahead and eat me, but before I die, grant me a wish.
Whatever you say, Lunch. What are your wishes?
I want to see you perform a trick. For example, turn into a lion.
The ogre granted him the wish, and instantly, with a great roar, he turned into a lion. Frightened, the poor cat got chilling goosebumps. When the sorcerer turned to his original form again, the cat stated with indifference while plotting a new plan.
That must be easy. But can you turn into something smaller? Like a little mouse?
The ogre fell in the trap, obeyed, turned into a mouse, and the cat immediately ate him. On his way back to the river, the cat let every peasant and worker in the region know that the horrifying ogre that had enslaved them for years and made them work without pay was gone forever.
From now on, your master will be a kind man who will treat you with noble justice. His name is Duke of Carabas. Don't forget that, when you're asked who your master is, Duke of Carabas it is.
Arriving to the river, the cat saw his poor master trembling, very cold, and not daring to come out naked from the waters. Suddenly, a powerful king, neighbor of these lands, which he was visiting, showed up in his mighty chariot, escorted by his beautiful daughter. So the cat started yelling,
"Help! Help! My master, the Duke of Carabas, has been robbed. Some bandits took from him his luxurious clothes and have left him trapped in the water."
The king himself brought out his best suit and gave it to the young man who, when dressed, showed his true elegance.
Oh, he's so handsome and gorgeous,
said the princess, who traveled with the king.
And so elegant and noble.
And fell in love immediately.
my lord. The Duke of Carabas, as a token of his gratitude for your generosity, has the pleasure of inviting the king and his precious daughter to stay in his beautiful castle.
Shh, don't worry, said in a very quiet whisper to the young man who looked frightened in his lack of understanding.
Follow my lead and I'll explain later.
The young man had also fallen in love with the princess at first sight. On their way to the castle, all the peasants assured the king their master was a young nobleman whom they called the Great Duke of Carabas.
All hail the Duke our lord! All hail! Long live the Duke of Carabas!
Impressed by the Duke's kindness, attention, and by the splendor of his castle, all of this planned by the cat, the preparations for the marriage of his daughter and the fortunate miller began. Meanwhile, the cunning Puss in the Boots listened to the beautiful love song that the prince and princess happily sang in love.
Of all the cats in the world, he's the most famous of all. He was owned by a miller with no money for his food. He was an elegant cat, his hair so brown and so short. Big green eyes, they're so shiny, and amazing pretty voice.
His shiny boots made him famous. His master bought them for him. Always talking all day long. No one talk more than him.
Know him, such a different cat, clever and so cunning. All words are his strength, yeah. Know him, such a different cat, such a picky cat, dressed like a gentleman.
He was a cat in the boots who proposed a big change from a poor lonely miller to the Duke of Carabas, to a beautiful princess the clever cat introduced. With his charm and his stocking, all the kingdom at his hands, yeah.
Know him, such a different cat, clever and so cunning. All words are his strength, yeah. Know him, such a different cat, such a picky cat, dressed like a gentleman.
The cat has spoke.
Moral of the story: be the first and be the better, not by force, for reason is achieved by intelligence.